Hey guys, what's up? Zach here, and today I made myself a little fishing lure. It floats, but I'm gonna work on it tomorrow as well. Put that in the video, but I'm done for today. I've been on this for, I don't know, I'd say about 4 hours to get to this. And I don't have any paint because I'm stuck at home and I just used what I had. Wires sucked because I needed different wires, but I didn't have more wires, so I had to make do with what I had, and it was an adventure. Here's how I did it. So basically I cut a piece of wood, and then I had to get my design. I wasn't exactly sure what kind of design I was going for. I guess a perch pattern is what we'll call it. Not exact, just the shape of a fish is what I was going for. I think I nailed it. But I wanted to generally do straight lines because I was using a handsaw and I don't have a jigsaw or anything like that. So I wanted to keep this as simple as possible. So I got sawing away. Good stuff. Saw. Oh, no, not quite. My bad. I got excited. Premature story of my life. Okay, enough. Well, it's not perfect. I'm not exactly sure which way's up, which way's down. We're gonna make it work though. I got the general shape, but I wanted to sand it down to more of a even generaler shape. That's a big word right there, generaler. It's a real word too, look it up. Don't, I'm an idiot. Yeah, so I just sanded. I sanded off the sides too. I found this wood that I had in my garage that was probably sitting there for, I don't know, 10 years. It, on the outside it was kind of rotten, so I got rid of that exterior greenness, I guess. It was very soft and just kept chipping away, so I had to do something about it. Is that looking like a fish? Not quite yet, but we'll figure it out. And so I went to the drawing table. I was trying to figure out my lines to make the lure a little bit skinnier and thinner and make it more pronounced looking like a fish. My lines weren't straight. Basically they were guidelines, not whatever. Most of this is eyeballing. And I have bad eyes, I wear glasses, and I'm pretty damn blind. And I went to sanding. Definitely guidelines, definitely did not really follow what I drew on there, but it did help. For sure, those lines gave me a general idea of what I was looking for and how I somewhat wanted it to look. So I made it work. It worked. It worked actually quite well. I like my belt sander. Thanks, Mom. Christmas present 2 years ago. Worked phenomenal for this. Wanna go, bro? Oh, it's like Dory. Do you? Got a problem? Do you? Anyways. It's not looking too shabby. Let's get to the next part. My least favorite part. Alright, so I wanted some nice round edges. I usually do this method with balsa lures. Not that I make a lot of lures, but this worked really well in the past for me. Usually I super glue a piece of sandpaper in there and I sand it down. This wood was too hard and I couldn't get the super glue to stick. It was a pain. You looking at me? You want a piece of me? Hmm? Does that even look like a fish? I think this is the top. No, this is the top. I feel like I need to go down more on this. Take more of that off. Do you know what I mean? But like... yeah, I'm gonna do that. Ooh, no. Yeah, it's pretty thin, but it'll do. All right, so my failure of deciding to sand, this was a disaster. I just threw it away. Don't worry, cleaned it up.
Scrap that idea. I'm just gonna start.
Gotta keep it clean, and yeah, I decided to draw a little bit of lines on there first because guidelines are always sick. They give you a general reference, not an exact, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Boom.
Instead of carving, I pulled out the belt sander again because, yeah, it just seemed a hell of a lot easier. I mean, I'm not selling this, I'm making this for myself. I don't care if it has a weird little wobble to it. It adds a little character, you know what I mean? I did get a little bit particular, but it was more so, let's do this right, rather than, oh, there's not enough material off. So, yeah, I guess I couldn't have added any more material, but I could have made it more round.
Perfect. Now for the worst part. Sanding.
I hate sanding with sandpaper. It's my least favorite thing, but it makes a nice finish, and it's essential to making a half-decent lure. I mean, not that it's gonna be half-decent. It's gonna catch me a fish, and I know that for sure. It's gonna be sick. This next part I was short for materials, but this is how I did it. I took a piece of wire, threw it in my drill, tightened it up, and drilled. Boom. I got myself an eyelet. Perfect eyelet. At this point, I was just drilling holes to drill holes. Just kidding. I was drilling holes for my eyelets in the lure. So I drilled 3, one for the line guide, and 2 for hooks. I messed up here, and all I did to fix that was some baking powder and some super glue. Covered the main hole I didn't want, filled with super glue, and just super glued it, made sure it was sealed, and it worked phenomenally, not gonna lie. I just sanded down the super glue, made it even, flush with the rest of the wood, and the hole was covered.
All fixed.
Really good. happy with how that turned out. Better than wood filler. And then here I drilled some holes for some weights in the bottom, just to weigh it down so it's not floating on its side or doing funky things. Yeah, drilling back and forth, making that hole nice and big. Put lots of weight in there.
Well, this looks illegal.
Basically, I just filled the holes up with some old lead BBs that I had laying around that I would never use. Literally, this was just, oh, I have this will work. Perfect.
I forgot to turn on the camera, but what I'm doing here is same thing I did to patch this hole. Filling it up with super glue. I got my split shots in there. I think I was only able to fit an 1/8 of an ounce. Not an 1/8 of an ounce. 1.8 ounces. 0.8 ounces. Mathematics is hard. Let's go get sanding.
I know I should have been patient and used 60 grit sandpaper to get all that down, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I used the belt sander again. Afterwards, I went over with some finer sandpaper to smoothen out everything, make it easier to paint later on.
It's coming together. Forgot to record that, but I put the eyelets in, just a drop of super glue and twist it. It floats.
I been procrastinating putting this together. It's windy today, I'm sorry. Here goes nothing. Bill, finish this, making a lip. We're doing it.
Spoon or a Plano box plastic thing? Spoon? Plano box. Spoon? Plano box. No spoon. I'll show you why though. I think that lip's gonna be way too big. I don't need that. Versus, say, a little Plano spoon like that. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's perfect.
I started measuring out, drawing out kind of a general shape of what I wanted, but like anything, it didn't come out how I wanted it. It is what it is, but I just took an X-Acto knife to it and snapped it off. This was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be.
Let's just round this off, make it a little more even.
This part actually brought it all together, just sanded off the edges, made it round, made it look pretty. Recommend sanding the edges with a finer grit sandpaper and maybe even some leather strap or something to make it clear, but wasn't too worried about that with this. And then I roughed up the edges so when I glued it into place it would actually stay there. And to saw the lip slot, I threw it into the vise. Took a Sharpie, made a dot. Should have used my pencil, but I didn't.
I don't know, where did I put my saw? Ooh. This would work, right?
Just started sawing away, really nervous because I worked somewhat decently hard. I put some time and effort into this thing and then I just saw it. but the lip fit perfectly. Loved how it worked out. And then I went back to the house and super glued the slot in. Didn't really get that on camera because I was looking at it. Whatever. Threw it in there, fit snugly, glued it in. It worked. On the sides though, I did throw some baking soda and super glue just to clean up the edges, make it look prettier. Both sides needed it, so it worked. Let that dry, and I sanded off all the excess baking soda.
Clear coat.
Got my clear coat, shook it up, make sure you shake it, and gave it a nice thick layer of clear coat. Did I say super glue? I probably said super glue. No. Anyways, I let it dry. I did 3 coats of this, but I didn't show you all 3 because it's pretty repetitive. You guys enjoy this video? Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment something down below. Give me some ideas of what I can do while I'm stuck at home. Yes, I'm at home. I'm in my driveway in my truck, just reminiscing about the times of fishing and road trips and, you know, being able to do normal human stuff. See you guys in the future. If you want to see more of these, let me know. And like I said, give me some ideas. Peace.